Well, hi there. Good afternoon. And this is DC LaRue, and it's my life music program. It's the soundtrack of my life that I grew up with in Connecticut. And if you've been wondering where I've been, if you've just been saying, scratching your head and saying, "What's happened to DC? Did he get this terrible virus thing or what?" Well, no. I have a confession to make. These guys who have these cars, automobiles, and they keep them for 10, 12 years. And that was me. I had a Pontiac Firebird in the late 60s, and I kept it for 10 years until it fell apart. I drove it until it stopped going. And so how does this relate to me not being here for 3 weeks, 3 Fridays in a row? It relates by comparing it to, excuse me, get away from me. My cat is bothering me. Please don't bother me. He's a demanding animal. He's a gorgeous cat, but he's a real demanding animal. He's attention. He's psychotic, actually. Okay, I'm sorry. So what happens is I had a computer, an iMac computer that I got 10 years ago, and I loved it. I had no problem with it. I switched over to Apple because I was so disgusted with Windows XP and all the viruses I used to get and whatever. So I said, "Oh, please, get away from this Windows thing." And so I got this iMac, and I got it. I loved it for 10 years. And so guess what? It just broke down. And and what was wrong with it? It kind of crashed, but I called up the tech guy and I brought it over to the Apple store on 14th Street. And he looked at me, and the guy looked at me, he says, "What's the date of this computer? When was it made?" He said, "This is 10 years old. This chip was going and that chip was going, and it was a whole bunch of stuff." And I said, "Well, can I repair it?" He said, "If you repair it, it's going to cost you $500 or $600." And my screen was cracked. He said, "You got to replace the screen while you're at it, and you can get a brand new one for $1,500." So I got a brand new one. But because of the pandemic and the whole thing, I had to wait 3 weeks for my new computer. I had ordered special, and I had to deliver it. It was terrible. Now I've got a new computer with an operating system that's called Big Sur, and it's only 4 weeks old, count it, and nothing is compatible with it yet. Okay, so just to warn you, Big Sur, forget it. Nothing's compatible with it. Now, what am I going to do now? I'm going to play. Oh, this is about me being back on the block. DC is back on the block with his oldies. We're still in the 50s, late 50s, and this song, I got to tell you something. Oh my God. Talk about huge records. Talk about big hits. Domenico Modugno, okay? Volare. Big intro.
Volare, oh, cantare, oh, nel blu dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù, e volavo felice più in alto del sole ed ancora più su, mentre il mondo pian piano spariva lontano laggiù. Una musica dolce suonava soltanto per me. Volare, oh, cantare, oh, nel blu dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù. Nel blu dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù, e volavo felice più in alto del sole ed ancora più su, mentre il mondo pian piano spariva lontano laggiù. una musica dolce suonava soltanto per me. Oh, cantare. Oh,
Stop it!
nel dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù, nel dipinto di blu, felice di stare lassù con te.
All right, Domenico Modugno, Volare. Okay, so now we're doing foreign languages. That was Italian, if you can figure that out. Now we're going to Tokyo, Japan. Kyu Sakamoto. Okay. This is Sukiyaki. Now, if you remember Sukiyaki, if you were a disco fan, you understood also that when Taste of Honey, that girl group, came and decided to switch from disco to just regular ballad and just regular pop tunes, they recorded this. They did. Okay, so this is Sukiyaki, Kyu Sakamoto, one of the big hits from the late 50s that I loved and I purchased. I'm sorry. Stop. Okay. It's not Kyu Sakamoto. It's Martin Denny and his orchestra. And this is Sayonara, Japanese Goodbye. And it was an instrumental, and it was a big vocal hit by the Four Coins or something. See, look at that. This cat is distracting me so much. He's never done this before. But, you know, I've only had him about 4 months. And he's adorable, and he's beautiful, and he's very smart, and he's very foxy, and he sometimes can be a tremendous pain in the ass because when he wants attention, like right now he's on my knee, when he wants attention, it's nonstop. You can't just distract him or whatever. And he can get me crazy. He's getting me crazy because Mr. Beauregard was not like this at all. Okay, here we go. Martin Denny and his orchestra, Sayonara. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! I'm doing a radio show. Stop it! All right, sayonara. Martin Denier's orchestra. You know, I'll tell you something. That was not a mover. That was not a shaker. But you know what? It was a big hit. I think it was top 10. It had to be. And I think it was from a movie. And sayonara was from a movie with like Marlon Brandy or something. You know, it's like the Madame Butterfly story only. Get down! Hey, look at this cat. He's a pain in the ass. Total. You know, he's just started like this the last 2 weeks now that he's decided that I'm going to be tolerant of him and that I really love him. I think he was abused or something because now he's free from all his inhibitions and he's getting me crazy, just crazy. So I apologize. Well, maybe listen to me. Now, okay, now what? So I do some. Okay. What here? How about how about some Tommy Edwards? It's all in the game.
Many a tear has to fall, but it's all in the game. All in the wonderful game that we know as love. You have words with him, and your future's looking thin. But these things your hearts can rise above. Once in a while he won't come, but it's all in the game. Soon he'll be there at your side with a sweet bouquet. And he'll kiss your lips and caress your waiting fingertips, and your hearts will fly away. Soon he'll be there at your side with a sweet bouquet. Then he'll kiss your lips and caress your waiting fingertips, and your hearts will fly away.
Tommy Edwards, it's all in the game. MGM Records. Now, interesting story about that one. Came out in the 58, 59. It was a huge hit. And, you know, music and R&B and got very popish, and with those triplets, the piano triplets, clink, 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 clink. And that was a big hit by Tommy Edwards about 1954, 55. Without that, piano syncopation. And it was a huge record. It was a big record. And then he never had a hit again. And then in 1959, he re-recorded it with the triplets, dun, 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 dun. And like the Platters and all the other ballads that were coming out at the time, R&B ballads. Big hit again, #1 again. And you know what? After that, nothing. So he was a one-hit wonder, and the same hit went twice, #1 twice. Now, I have another example of that. See, I'm just going on and on. Yeah, it's just on and on. Now, the Jamies had a record called Summertime, Summertime. It came out in 1958, 59. I don't know if that, there, because that's where I am with my music right now. #1. And then it came out like 4 or 5 years later, #1 again. Now, the only record that's done this was the Twist, Chubby Checker. #1 3 times in a row. So then, Jamie, Summertime, Summertime, like 10 years after the original release date, Epic re-released it again, #1 again. 3 times #1. 3 times #1. Originally released in the late 50s. The only other record that could claim that was Chubby Checker, the Twist, which was an amazing feat, to think that, the same record, not even re-recorded. So here we go. This is Jamie's Summertime, Summertime.
It's summertime, 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 summertime. Let's shop them books and throw away. Say goodbye to those good days. Look alive and change your ways. It's summertime. No more studying history and no more reading geography and no more Dalgy on the tree because it's summertime. It's time to head straight for the mills. It's time to live and have some thrills. Come along and have a ball, a regular free-for-all. Well, are you coming or are you waiting? To slow boats and I won't complain. Hurry up before I say it's summertime. Well, I'm so happy that I can flip. Oh, how I love to take a trip. I'm sorry, teacher, so sip your lip because it's summertime. It's time to head straight for the hills. It's time to live and have some thrills. Come along and have a ball, a regular free-for-all. Well, we'll go swimming every day. No time to work, just time to play. If your folks complain, just say it's summertime. And every night we'll have a dance, cause what's a vacation with a romance? Oh man, this jive has me in a trance because it's summertime. It's time to head straight for the mills. It's time to live and have some thrills. Come along and have a ball, a regular free-for-all. It's summertime. It's
Summertime, 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 summertime.
summertime. It's summertime.
All right, Jamie's Summertime. I love that record. I can't go into how much I love it and how it inspired me years later, but it did. It did. Now, how about 2 songs with Crazy, okay? Crazy Eyes for You, Bobby Hamilton. ABC Paramount Records, big hit. I've Got Crazy Eyes for You, Bobby Hamilton. I love this record too.
Crazy eyes for you, baby. I've got crazy eyes for you. Oh yes, my darling dear, indeed I do. Because I love you oh so true. I've got those crazy eyes for you. True. I got those crazy eyes for you. So
Bobby Hamilton, Bobby Hamilton, Bobby Hamilton. Crazy Eyes for You. I love it. I do. I love that record. I saw him live at the Brooklyn Paramount Alan Feet show. He was only did one show because he was a one-hit wonder. You know what I'm saying? But I saw him live. Now, what do we got here? Oh, this one here. Okay, now this is called another song with Crazy in the title. Kenny Rogers. Now, Kenny Rogers was a big country artist, and he did come from, I think, country roots originally, but he tried to be a teen idol. Didn't we all? He tried to be a teen idol in the late 50s, early 60s, and he had a hit record as a teen idol, but then he just didn't have any more hit records, and then he started a group called, what was it, the Just Dropped In to See What Condition My Condition was in. What was that group? Oh my God, I just drew a blank. It wasn't First Edition. Maybe it was First Edition. I don't know. So then they had a semi-career with that, but not a lot, you know. And then he came back as a country singer and had tremendous success, which I guess is his calling, you know. It's like me. I tried every trick in the book of recording every musical genre, and disco was for me, and the winning number, the winning genre, and country was Kenny Rogers' genre, turned out to be. But this one was his first hit record as a teen idol, and Kenny Rogers, That Crazy Feeling, okay? And I really liked this record. It was a hit. This was a hit. He just never had a follow-up. Here we go.
It's not just the way you say hello whenever we should meet. Keeps my heart pounding like the ocean of a day. But it's got my heart reeling. Oh yeah,
I've got that.
crazy feeling. It's not just the way you kiss me with that twinkle in your eye. It makes me want to love you and never say goodbye.
Stop it! Stop it!
It's a
Stop it!
oh yeah,
Serious.
I've got that crazy feeling. Who can explain that the way you're on my mind? Oh, it makes me think about you all the time. Oh, who can explain that? Just what makes me know? Darling, I want you to have love and to know it's not just the way you comfort me when I lose love. It makes me want to love you and never let you go. But it's got my heart reeling.
Oh yes. Go away! Go away! Alright!
Oh yes, I've got that crazy feeling.
Oh yes.
I've got that crazy feeling.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This cat is driving me crazy. This is the first time he's ever done this, and I hope he doesn't make a habit of it. But like I said, he's gotten very comfortable with me. I've had him like 3 months, and this last week and a half, 2 weeks, he's let go of all his inhibitions. Everything he does is a game, a relentless game of catch, play behind the shower curtain, play while I'm in the shower, play while I'm cooking in the kitchen, play. And he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. He's a kitten with tremendous energy. Anybody want a cat? No, I'm just kidding. Maybe I'm not kidding. Okay, now here we go. What do we got here? Oh, Crazy Eyes. Oh, okay, now here we go to Hawaii, the Big Island. Okay, Robin Luke, Susie Darling. Now, I gotta tell you something. Between you and me, this is Robin Luke. What a number. He was so handsome. Yes. And he had such a fabulous body. and he wore these Hawaiian shirts and these skin-tight pants. And he was known to get some of the females and a couple of guys a little bit crazy. And he had like 1.5 hits. This was a big hit. The second one, not so much. And then he kind of disappeared. Robin Luke from Waikiki, Hawaii, Susie Darling.
I stood watching all night long. I stood watching all night long. I stood watching till you went away. You were a girl of many charms. Oh, how I love you in my arms. I never thought that you would ever go, because I love you so. Oh, Susie, darling, I thought you were all the world to me. All my dreams come true. I stood watching all night long. I stood watching all night long. I wish you come back to me. Think of all the dreams we knew. Now that you've gone, it won't come true. My heart is empty without you. Nothing but misery. Oh, Susie, darling, I thought you were all the world to me. All my dreams come true. Now I stand and watch all night long. I stand and watch all night long. Oh, I've been nothing left for me. All the way around those places, hoping you will return to me. Till any day I will always be watching all night long. Oh, Susie, darling, I thought you were all the world to me. All my dreams come true.
Cha cha cha. Okay, Robin Luke, Susie Darling. Dot Records, late 50s, probably 58, 59. The kid was from Hawaii and he was a real looker. Let me tell you something, he was a real looker. Okay, now, as we all know, Doris Day, the late great Doris Day, who died at about 103. Oh, I miss her, but I miss her even now. Dodo. Sometimes when my hair is down, you see I got a ponytail now. And it's hanging down, like coming through a busy day, it gets all fluffy and everything. I feel like Doris Day. I do. Isn't that terrible to say? I feel like, because she used to pull it up in a ponytail, but she used to go help her animals. She was an animal activist, and she for years and years I think it kept her alive actually. And she put her hair up in a ponytail, the beautiful blonde hair of hers, and it would start falling around her hair and her ears and her neck, So when I come back, what am I going on this? When I come back from being outside with this ponytail and this long hair, it starts falling around my head, and I feel like Doris Day. Okay, well, her son, Marty Melcher, was a producer, and he was very successful. He produced the Birds and everything for Columbia Records and whatever. And he was staying at the house that Manson raided, and he was supposed to be the intentional murder victim because he had turned down Manson for a recording deal with Columbia Records. And but he had been in Europe scouting talent, and unlucky, Sharon Tate and that gang were staying there, just renting it on a temporary basis until his home until he got back. So they were killed by mistake with the Manson murders. Now, Marty Melcher had his first efforts were as a producer. He and his mom started a record company called Daywin Records. Okay. after Doris Day, I guess, you know. And his first big act was a group called Jan and Arnie, a duo. Now, Jan and Arnie became Jan and Dean when Arnie went off to the army. Arnie went off to the army. So, and Jan didn't do it, but they became Jan and Dean. So Jan and Arnie, and he had a couple of big hits. These were California surfer hits, and they got very big on Day One Records. And the first one, there were 3 or 4 of them, but for this particular segment, I'm going to play 2. The first one is Jenny Lee. Okay, here it is. Jan and Arnie, Jenny Lee. Oh, Jenny Lee, oh, Jenny Lee, oh, Jenny Lee, Jenny Lee. Oh, Jenny Lee, oh, Jenny Lee, oh, Jenny Lee. Oh, Jenny Lee, Jenny Lee. Jenny Lee. Okay, Jenny Lee, Jan and Arnie. And now what we're going to have? We're going to have one of their other hits. They had a few hits. They were on Door. Oh, they went from Day Records, Day One Records to Dore Records, Dore. And there was another group that was on from California on Dore Records called, there were a few of them. But remember, I'm Mr. Blue, the Fleetwoods. They were on Dore as well. Southern California, early white boy rock and roll, okay? Gas Money, Jan and Arnie. I need some gas money.
Say, man, let's split. Who's driving? Not me. Not me.
Not me.
Not you.
I need some gas money.
Well, if you really want to go, you have to come up with some dough. I need some gas money. You try to get like that, but you say you're out of gas. Stay, just tell me. I need some gas money. I need some gas money. Well, if you really want to go, you have to come up with some dough. I need some gas.
All I gotta say is this. A very insightful song. Stop bothering me. Stop bothering me. It's getting me crazy. Stop it, really. Now, when I was a kid and I got my driver's license, and the family car, we had 2 cars, and a truck. And the family car, or my car, and my sister's car, was a Mercury convertible. A turquoise metallic blue with a white convertible top, Mercury 1959 convertible. And it was a boat. It was just so fabulous. And, I loved driving around in it. But it was kind of a gas guzzler. And, but this is the time when a gallon of gas was 34 cents. So my friend Ken Meehan and Ed Kleber and Carl Pfluger and Gary Davis, we'd all want to go to drive-in or something. And I would really say, you want to go? You got to come up with some dough. I need some gas money. Typical teenage problem. And it was a very insightful song. Now, they were huge in Southern California, that whole California surfer scene, Northern California too. And so then, like I said, Jan and Arnie became Jan and Dean when Arnie went off to the Army, and they had years of successful records, California surfer records. Now, what do I hear here? Okay, now I'm going to play for something completely different. One of my favorite female singers of all time, and we know this, and I've discussed this with you guys out there, of all time. That's about a statement. Joni James. There Goes My Heart. And now I picked her up in the habit of listening to Joni from my mom. What was the first record? You Are My Love. You Are My Love. But I'm a huge short. I have CDs over here. I'm still a Joni James. And on those particular days or certain afternoons, I'll play Joni James all afternoon. There Goes My Heart, Joni James.
There goes my heart. There goes the one I love. There goes the boy I wasn't worthy of. There goes my happiness. It couldn't be. There goes somebody else in place of me. Goodbye, romance. It couldn't last somehow. I had my chance, but it's all over now.
I never
thought that he could pass me by. There goes my heart, and you and I. There goes my heart, there goes the one I love. There goes the boy I wasn't worthy of. I never thought that he could pass me by. There goes my heart, and here am I. There goes my
You don't get better than that. Thank you, Joni James. I really don't. In my humble opinion, you don't get better than that. Okay, here we go. Now this is keeping in the same groove, the same romantic, slow groove. Okay, here we go. This guy was fairly successful jazz singer. He had one big, huge hit. Never followed up with anything that big after that, but he had a long career in the clubs, in the jazz clubs. Earl Grant. And this was a big hit. And for some reason, this song strikes a chord, and I get to. It really takes me back. It was lovely, lovely record. Here we go. The End, Earl Grant.
At the end of a rainbow, you'll find a pot of gold. At the end of a story, you'll find it's all been told. But our love has a treasure our hearts can always spend, and it has a story without any end. At the end of a river, the water stops its flow. At the end of a highway, there's no place you can go. But just tell me you love me, and you are only mine, and our love will go on till the end of time. At the end of a river, the water stops its flow. At the end of a highway, there's no place you can go. But just tell me you love me, and you are only mine, and our love will go on to the end of time, till the end of time.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Conway Twitty.
People see us everywhere. They think you really care. But myself I can't deceive. I know it's only make believe. My one and only prayer is that someday you'll care. My hopes and my dreams come true. My one and only you. And no one will ever know how much I love you so. My only prayer will be someday you'll care for me, but it's only me. Believe. My hopes and my dreams come true. My life I'd give for you. My heart a wedding ring. My all, my everything. My heart I can't control. You are my very soul. My only prayer will be someday you'll care for me, but it's my one and only prayer is that someday you'll care. My hopes and my dreams come true. My one and only you. No one will ever know how much I love you so. My prayers, my hopes and my schemes. You are my every dream, but it's only make believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, Conway Twitty. You know what that's from? You know what that's from? Come on. You know what that's from? Family Guy. Years and years, over the years, and all of a sudden, Family Guy would go, and now, ladies and gentlemen, Conway Twitty. They do a film clip of Conway. That's right. Okay, now what? Okay, one of my favorites. I know, it's crazy. So schmoozy and so rock and roll, and this guy was, but he's very talented singer and real good looking guy, actually. Never quite my type, but did I say that? Ricky Nelson, Lonesome Town.
There's a place where lovers go to cry their troubles away, and they call it Lonesome Town, where the broken heart stays. You can buy a dream or two to last you all through the years, and the only price you pay is a heart full of tears. Going down to Lonesome Town, where the broken heart stays. Going down to Lonesome Town to cry my troubles away. In the town of broken dreams, the streets are filled with regret. Maybe down in Lonesome Town I can learn to forget. Maybe down in Lonesome Town I can learn to forget. Lonesome Town.
I gotta say, Ricky Nelson. Now you're gonna think he's one of my favorites. You listen to it carefully to us. Maybe I'll play it again. No, I won't play it again. But he had a perfect teenage voice. He had perfect pitch, a beautiful light vibrato, great phrasing, a very endearing vocal delivery. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. Ricky Nelson was a good performer and a good singer for that genre. Very good. He was no Ricky Nelson. Well, he was no Elvis Presley, but that's another story. Okay, now, and now, ladies and gentlemen, Clyde McPlatter, A Lover's Question. Clyde McPlatter, ooh, what a bunch of hits he had. Atlantic R&B singer, came from R&B, the roots of R&B, gospel. Here we go, Clyde McPlatter. Hey, Clyde, Lover's Question.
Does she love me with all her heart? Should I worry when we're apart?
It's a lover's question.
I'd like to know. Does she need me as she pretends? Is this a game? Well, then will I win? It's a lover's question. I'd like to know. I'd like to know when she's not with me, if she's still true to me. I'd like to know when we're kissing, does Does she feel just what I feel? And how am I to know it's really real? Oh, tell me where the answer lies. Is it in her kiss or in her eyes?
It's a lover's question.
I'd like to know. I'd like to know when she's not with me, if she's still true to me. I'd like to know when we're kissing, does she feel just what I feel? And how am I to know it's really real? Oh, tell me where the answer lies. Is it in her kiss or in her eyes?
It's a lover's question.
I'd like to know. I'd like to know. I'd like to know.
Oh, okay. Climate Platter, Lover's Questions. I only have a very short time left, so I'm going to play two things right back to back, okay? Let us talk. More music. Have you listened to Disco Juice lately? NewtownRadio.com, Saturdays from 6 to 9. That's the new me on Disco Juice, not necessarily on this show. I think I'm making it up for it on this show, but let's talk more music on Disco Juice. Tune in tomorrow night. NewtownRadio.com, 6 to 9 Eastern Time. Now, here we go. Story Sisters. Oh, boy, there's another one. I just love all these songs. I love these songs. Story Sisters, one hit wonders. Hey, Bad Motorcycle.
I was all the way to school when a fella like me took me by the hand and he told me I was sweet, and I knew by the way he spoke he was a bad motorcycle. Yes, I knew by the way he spoke he was a bad motorcycle. As we walked on along, he asked me for my phone. He told me his name and I told him the same, and I knew by the way he spoke he was a bad motorcycle. Yes, I knew by the way he spoke he was a bad motorcycle. Girl, I'm not doubting about a thing. He knew just what's happening. He had my heart just above me. Girl, he was really saying something. He had my heart upon a shell. Girl, he was really something else. As I went home, sat down to wait, he called me at 8, not 1 minute late, and I knew by the way he spoke he was a bad motorcycle. Yes, I knew by the way he spoke he was a bad motorcycle. As I went home, sat down to wait, he called me at 8, not 1 minute late, and I knew by the way he spoke he was a bad motorcycle. Yes, I knew by the way he spoke he was a bad motorcycle. He was a bad motorcycle. He was a bad motorcycle. He was a bad motorcycle.
Boom, boom, boom. All right. Now, thank you. Story Sisters. Now, close the show, a little ballad, a little fabulous ballad. A little something completely different than Bad Motorcycle. Now, that was a real bop. Ba, 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 ba. You remember the bop? You remember the bop? That's how you used to dance on bandstand to the bop. Do the bop. Bop, 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 bop. Big Bopper. Remember him too? I was going to play one of his records, but I'm running out of time. Okay, so something smooth and dreamy and Kitty Callan and Chapel in the Moonlight. Now, this is it for the night. I'm going to just say bye at the end of this, but come back next week. I think everything's copacetic. Everything is working now. Everything is in place for me to continue my Friday night life music timeline soundtrack. Here we go. Kitty?
How I
I'd love to hear the organ in the chapel in the moonlight, while we're strolling down the aisle, where roses entwine. How I'd love to hear you whisper in the chapel in the moonlight. Let the love light in your eyes forever will shine, till the roses turn to ashes, till the organ turns to rust. If you'll never come, I'll still be there till the moonlight turns to dust. How I'd love to hear the choir in the chapel in the moonlight, as they sing, oh, promise me forever be mine, till the roses turn to ashes, till the organ turns to rust. If you'll never come, I'll still be there till the moonlight turns to dust. How I'd love to hear the choir in the chapel in the moonlight, as they sing, oh, promise me forever be mine.
Oh, Kitty Callan, Chapel in the Moonlight. Okay, everybody all set? Bye, bye until next week, my friends, my boys and girls. I was going to say disco boys and girls, but this is a different musical genre, and I hope you're enjoying it. We're still in the late 50s. Next week, we're still in the late 50s. Okay, bye. Bye.